Hey there, friends. Pastor Jason here. Glad you can join me. If this is your first time here, welcome. We're in the book of Joshua today. We're reading our way chronologically through the Old Testament. So far, so good. Somewhere along the line there, we crossed over more chapters read in the Old Testament than the entire New Testament. And when we put the two together, we've read more than half the Bible already. And when last we left, Moses had just died on the mountain, and Joshua, his successor, is going to take the people across the Jordan into the promised land. Here we go, chapter 1, verse 1. After the death of Moses, the Lord's servant, the Lord spoke to Joshua, son of Nun, who had served Moses. Moses, my servant, is dead. Now you and all the people prepare to cross the Jordan to the land I'm giving the Israelites. I have given you every place where the sole of your foot treads, just as I promised Moses. Your territory will be from the wilderness and Lebanon to the great Euphrates River, all the land of the Hittites, and west to the Mediterranean Sea. No one will be able to stand against you as long as you live. I will be with you, just as I was with Moses. I will not leave you or forsake you. Be strong and courageous, for you will distribute the land I swore to their fathers to give them as an inheritance. Above all, be strong and very courageous to carefully observe the whole instruction my servant Moses commanded you. Do not turn from it to the right or the left, so that you will have success wherever you go. This book of instruction must not depart from your mouth. You are to recite it day and night so that you may carefully observe everything written in it. For then you will prosper and succeed in whatever you do. Haven't I commanded you, be strong and courageous? Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, go through the camp and tell the people, get provisions ready for yourselves, for within 3 days you will be crossing the Jordan to go in and take possession of the land the Lord your God is giving you to inherit. Joshua said to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh, remember what Moses the Lord's servant commanded you when he said, the Lord your God will give you rest, and he will give you this land. Your wives, young children, and livestock may remain in the land Moses gave you on this side of the Jordan, but your fighting men must cross over in battle formation ahead of your brothers and help them until the Lord gives your brothers rest, as he has given you, and they too possess the land your God is giving them. You may then return to the land of your inheritance and take possession of what Moses, the Lord's servant, gave you on the east side of the Jordan. They answered Joshua, everything you've commanded us, we will do, and everywhere you send us, we will go. We will obey you just as we obeyed Moses in everything, and may the Lord your God be with you as he was with Moses. Anyone who rebels against your order and does not obey your words is in all that you command him will be put to death. Above all, be strong and courageous. Chapter 2. Joshua, son of Nun, secretly sent 2 men as spies from Acacia Grove, saying, go and scout the land, especially Jericho. So they left, and they came to the house of a woman, a prostitute named Rahab, and stayed there. The king of Jericho was told, look, some of the Israelite men have come here tonight to investigate the land. Then the king of Jericho sent word to Rahab and said, bring out the men who came to you and entered your house, for they came to investigate the entire land. But the woman had taken the 2 men and hidden them. So she said, yes, the men did come to me, but I didn't know where they were from. At nightfall, when the gate was about to close, the men went out, and I don't know where they were going. Chase after them quickly, and you can catch up with them. But she had taken them up to the roof and hidden them among the stalks of flax that she had arranged on the roof. The men pursued them along the road to the fords of the Jordan, and as soon as they left to pursue them, the gate was shut. Before the men fell asleep, she went up on the roof. She said to them, I know the Lord has given you this land, and that the terror of you has fallen on us, and everyone who lives in the land is panicking because of you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the waters of the Red Sea before you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to Sihon and Og, the two Amorite kings. You completely destroyed across the Jordan. When we heard this, we lost heart, and everyone's courage failed because of you. For the Lord your God is God in heaven above and on earth below. Now please swear to me by the Lord that you will also show kindness to my family, because I showed kindness to you. Give me a sure sign that you will spare the lives of my father, mother, brothers, sisters, and all who belong to them, and save us from death. The men answered her, We will give our lives for yours. If you don't report our mission, we will show kindness and faithfulness to you when the Lord gives us the land. Then she let them down by a rope through the window, since she lived in a house that was built into the wall of the city. Go to the hill country so that the men pursuing you won't find you, she said to them. Hide yourselves there for 3 days until they return afterward. Go on your way. Hide yourselves there for 3 days until they return. Afterward, go on your way. The men said to her, We will be free from this oath you made us swear, unless when we enter the land, you tie this scarlet cord to the window through which you let us down. Bring your father, mother, brothers, and all your father's family into your house. If anyone goes out the doors of your house, his blood will be on his own head, and we will be innocent. But if anyone with you in the house should be harmed, his blood will be on our heads. And if you report our mission, we are free from the oath you made us swear. Let it be as you say, she replied, and she sent them away. After they had gone, she tied the scarlet cord to the window. So the two men went into the hill country and stayed there 3 days until their pursuers had returned. They searched all along the way, but did not find them. The men returned, came down from the hill country, and crossed the Jordan. They went to Joshua, son of Nun, and reported everything that had happened to them. They told Joshua, The Lord has handed over the entire land to us. Everyone who lives in the land is also panicking because of us. Well, here we are, the start of the Israelites. They're about to move into the promised land. I want you to be encouraged that the Lord has a plan for your life, right? He has promised us eternal life and a land as well. We have a citizenship that is not here. Our citizenship is in eternity, in heaven, in a place that is unshakable. We learn about that, and we hear about Rahab as well in Hebrews. Rahab listed as part of in the chapter 11, in the chapter of heroes of the faith. Notice she ties that cord immediately. As soon as they're gone, she ties that cord because she knows it's going to happen. She knows what's going to be. I kind of wonder, do you think she knew that it was going to be marching around that wall that she lived in for 7 days while they were making noise with trumpets and so forth? And I want you to be encouraged, right? Sometimes the Lord asks us to go in faith, not knowing where we're going. And sometimes having a plan is okay. Having a vision for what the Lord wants us to do is okay. He sends out spies to kind of find out what's going on. Sounds like what Moses did when they first showed up, but turned out not okay for Moses and the crew because they thought we're never going to be able to take it. Here he sends them into Jericho, and the spies come back saying, we're going to do this. Everyone's afraid of us. Now, they were afraid of the Israelites. Was it the Israelites' power, or was it the power of the Lord through the Israelites? That's how it was. Let's see if they give the Lord credit for all of their victories in the coming chapters. I hope chapters 1 and 2 have been a blessing to you. Go on out, be a blessing to those around you, and I will see you tomorrow as we continue in Joshua.